Hey everybody, welcome back to Vedic Sage. I'm Dr. Dhaliwal, and today we're going to be talking about the management of Pitta dosha. So we're going to talk about the heating qualities of Pitta, or of the fire element, that can express itself in Pitta individuals. This increased Pitta quality can express itself as increased body heat, fever, inflammation, rashes, infection, and other inflammatory conditions. So we really want to pay attention to how to balance this fire and heating element within Pitta individuals. So suppose a person has an increased body heat because of a fever, okay, just a superficial fever. We may want to consider a cooling diaphoretic just to help dissipate some of this heat off. Now, what if this fire or heat quality enters into the blood system? This particular Pitta condition can express itself not only as a fever, but it can be a rash or some type of inflammatory condition. It can express itself as hives, urticaria, or even eczema. So Pitta conditions within the blood system, we would want to consider certain types of herbs that fall into the alterative classification of herbs, which are basically heat dispelling herbs. And the good thing about alteratives is that often these herbs are bitter and astringent. So therefore they reduce the fire element, reduce the heat, and even act as antibacterial agents. Now we want to take a look at what happens when this fire or heat element of Pitta not only enters into the blood circulation, but now enters into deep-seated tissue, for example, the liver. Now we may want to consider a certain classification of drugs that work as antipyretics, such as herbs in the febrifuge classification. So these antipyretics are similar to alteratives in the sense of dispelling heat, but these are stronger in potency. So the benefits of febrifuges is that it enters into deep-seated tissue and deep into the lymphatics. Another interesting quality about Pitta is that it tends to accumulate, or its home tends to be in the small intestines. Therefore, an additional modality of removing excess Pitta would be to consider certain purgative herbs, which will help bowel function and removing excess Pitta. Likewise, since Pitta has a oily, heating, and acidic quality to it, we can remove excessive Pitta within the system by the use of certain diuretic herbs. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This was simply just a basic overview of the different herbal classifications that can be used to help manage this heat or fire element of the Pitta dosha. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, take good care.